Today's March 9th, 2017, Thursday. Hey, John, did you see the headline on the Drudge?
Which one? Bowling for votes?
Yeah, exactly. I'm rolling my eyes. I'll tell you.
It doesn't look like that much of a dumpy bowling alley to me. It looks nice.
You should see. Casey Neistat put up a video like less than a month ago. He went there during the Obama administration. He said he would never release the video until the guy that invited him left. So he posted it. And I'm looking at this thing. It's in the basement of the White House. There's a ladder, lockers. It's a dump. I mean, the carpet's stained. The bowling alley's rickety. I mean, it's garbage. There's bowling alleys from the 50s. There's ugly pictures on the wall, plastic chairs. I mean, and they're saying, yeah, they're going to invite up senators to, this is going to entice them. If I went to the White House, this would be the last place I would go, just letting you know.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it would be high on my list of places to go in there either, quite frankly.
Nicer bowling alleys down the street. I mean, if you're going to bowl.
Yeah, well, if I'm going to the White House, it ain't going to be to bowl, I'll tell you that much.
I know. So this whole health care bill, just don't get me started. You did see some activity, though, in, that was HIG. Never mind. I'm thinking of the other.
Yeah, not really a health care play. But like HIG,
not yet.
This is Hartford, by the way, folks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Not yet,
Not yet,
folks.
because remember
it's
the last
financial
radio.
services.
Okay.
I mean, they insure commercial and personal and property and stuff like that. That's what Hartford Financial does. And at some point, to Andrew's point, do they enter healthcare? No. Unless they merge with somebody else, Andrew. They ain't going in there, in my opinion. So it's worth what you paid for it. And the webcasts are free. But very unusual activity in here, Andrew. Started yesterday. I put out on Twitter the post from yesterday that we had on it because we had, some pretty big paper just yesterday in it. Yesterday they were buying the March 4850 calls for 88 cents. Today they were buying the March 49 calls. And then they bought all the way up to the April 55s. There's a rumor that Zurich Re is taking a run at them.
That's
now, that's a rumor. Yeah, so I don't say that that's true, but I know what is true, and that is that there's big volume in many of these strikes.
Okay.
If you go to my Twitter account, you can see it at John Najarian, Jon Najarian.
It's also posted on Investitude.
Yeah, but if they're not subscribers to Investitude, they might not be able to see it there.
Speaking of Investitude, I was talking to Mikey, who does a lot of the posts over there.
Yeah, Mikey Yamamoto, the man himself.
I know.
He does a fabulous job. He's a former business editor at the San Francisco Chronicle.
I do remember that now that you say that.
Yeah, brilliant guy. But anyway, I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, it's fine because we talked. And I've been looking at the posts that we put up at Investitude, and a couple ones he pointed out before the podcast. I said, let's talk about some of these on the podcast. He said that ECA calls are still pumping today, popping. They were popping yesterday. They're popping again today. You got any more scoop on ECA?
Well, he is right, as always, because, Mikey's got one of the few copies in the world of the Heat Seeker Mikey's got, and he posts up, what we're seeing as far as unusual activity there, and they're buying all the way up to the July 11s, Andrew. So big volume. I mean, it's almost 10-to-1 calls to puts. Okay. So J.P. Morgan gave them an upgrade, I think, earlier in the week, or maybe it was late last week, but it's a gas play primarily. Encana, you guys may know it as ECA, and it's down 30 cents on the day or so, 40 cents on the day.
I'm an owner. I just bought some.
All right.
As we spoke. I put an order in. It pays a nice little dividend. So.
I like it. Natural gas and oil. Obviously, the oil side of their business is hurting right now, just as the natural gas side is doing well, because the natural gas side is popping because of some colder weather that's hitting all the way out here on the East Coast this weekend, I guess, Andrew. We might get more snow in New York in March than we got in January and February combined.
Amazing.
That's what they say.
Lovely. Hey, speaking of that, you fly American Airlines. I bought some more today. I added to my
it.
Yeah. And we're seeing, Mikey was saying that he saw some JetBlue. Now, do you think this airlines is tied to the Trump ban, like it went down last time, or you think it's tied to oil?
I think that's what's got it down, the airlines. But again, I think it's overdone. I'm going to buy it along with you, and I think they go higher. So I like it. And their biggest input, their biggest cost, Andrew, is fuel, and fuel is crashing lower. That's a good deal.
All right, so I'm adding to my AAL, and we're seeing activity in JetBlue. And then one more that Mikey was mentioning today was the home builders, PHM and ITB.
So Pulte, PHM, and ITB is the home builder index.
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive, he was thinking. And I was kind of counterintuitive thinking.
I don't think that, I think these guys are doing well, and I don't think it has anything really to do with the interest rate picture, quite frankly, between you and me, Andrew.
Now, they had, here, I want to give you a flashback because you probably remember this. Remember we went to New York and they called the bottom of the market that day?
That was March of 2009, yes, I do.
The Haynes bottom, they called it, but we actually... not taken away from Mark Haynes, but I remember that show that day because I was with you in New York City and I was giving out those T-shirts. Remember? That was the day that it hit 666, and we called up around noon that day
for the S&P 500, right?
Yeah, that seems so short, such a short, long time ago, and now they're celebrating it with great fanfare. The bull market. Do we still have legs in this, as they want us to ask ourselves?
Yeah, well, great fanfare, to your point, well-deserved because it was an oversold condition. Many people think we're in that same sort of thing in reverse, an overbought condition here. I think we go higher still. Do I think we can see some sideways and or down markets for a while? Yes. But I think overall we're not going to see a full correction here. I think we're going to go right back to work. Time will tell, but that's what my bet is.
I know. In the VIX today, they weren't doing anything out until May. Sell in May. So, if you got something on, at least, I guess there's maybe some smooth sailing at least till May. I don't know. That's what they're buying. So, we'll see. That's why you listen. That's why you tune in.
That's right. Get a few trades, figure out some fun stuff to do on the weekend maybe. Follow Andrew on his drone.
I don't have a drone yet.
I know.
I'm looking at him.
You got to get that Getty. He does Teen Traders for us, folks. We got to get Getty to hook Andrew up with some drone action.
Well, I told him when we filmed this weekend, I said, we need to go out and you need to throw it up. But, yeah, he's so busy, high school kids. Rotten high school kids. They're so busy. Well, maybe next time. All right, so I got long ECA. Rolling the dice.
All right.
All right, so we're done.
Okay. Well, as always, folks, tell your friends about the podcast and about the YouTube. Whichever way you want to consume your media, we'll be there for you. And we've got some new and exciting guests on the way. Andrew and I will tell you about it next time.
Okay, later.